Welcome to Comfort Time with Aunty Yunike, where we share testimony stories. Today's story is standing your ground. How many of us have the courage to stand our ground? I've seen many of us change our stand on issues because the people that we look up to has saying certain things and we don't believe in those things, but because we want those people to like us, we want to support those people, we end up supporting something that deep down we do not believe in. I was pleasantly surprised by someone quite young who showed that it does not matter if you love me, I love you. If I may lose your love or you lose your respect or whatever, but my stand is my own and I stand by that. It was painful because it was targeted towards me, but I really appreciated and as a result respected that person. So the story I'm going to share with you is of a young man who displayed such behavior. And what happened was that we were celebrating 60 years anniversary as a Benga secondary school. So we all dressed up, we're having a dinner, we dressed up, ready for the celebrations, and it was cold. So I wore my mink coat. This is a coat that normally I wouldn't use in Zambia because it doesn't get that cold, but it was that cold that night, especially outside. Inside it's warmer, but outside it was quite cold. The temperatures were really bad. So I decided I was going to wear that coat to make sure I'm warm and I don't catch any cold. So when we got to the venue, of course we took so many pictures with others and we had great fun, we danced and the rest of it, and we raised a lot of money. So now when all that was over, the next day I decided to share the photos with family and friends. And everybody was impressed. I told them what had happened, how much money we had made, and how much fun we had had. And everybody was impressed. And then I'm talking to one of my boys, and he's like, okay, I see that you're really having a good time, but be mindful that coat you're wearing, so many animals had to die for you to have that coat made. And of course that dampened my spirit. I was like, I'm not the one who killed them, but he was like, no, that you should not support such clothes because they kill animals for them to have to make such coats. So I was feeling very bad and I decided to share with my grandson what my son had said to me. But before that, he had been impressed. He was, oh, grandma, you look nice and what, and he's always, my grandchildren are always cheering me on. So I was really happy to share with him instead of my son who was trying to dampen my spirit. And then later on, I decided to share with him. I said, you know what, thank you so much. Do you know that your uncle has really been trying to make me feel sad? He was like, oh, how come, what happened? I was like, I shared with him my pictures, and now he sent me information about this animal that they have to kill in order to make mink coats. And it just made me so sad, and I shared that information with him. So he took time, he read the information, went through everything, and then he was like, is this true, Grandma? I'm like, well, it looks like it is true. They do have to kill those animals to make these coats. And it was like, oh no, but if that's the case, Grandma, that's very sad. I'm like, well, I'm not the one who killed them. And they're like, I'm sorry, Grandma, but on this one, I think I'll go with Uncle. If animals have to be killed. And then I was like, damn, I forgot. This guy is such an animal lover. And I shared with my daughter, I was like, your son, he turned against me. She was like, Mom, you actually risked telling your grandson about an animal dying. Have you forgotten that that guy loves animals so much? He will not support anyone, no matter who they are, if they have to hurt an animal. I was like, no, he's no longer my friend. He was the only one I could vent with who would support me, but he's clearly told me he's not with me on this one. And so that's what happened. Now, the moral of this story is my grandson is only 15, and at that, and we love each other. He loves me like my grandchildren. We love each other. We are friends. Of course, we are not pals. We are just friends. I've always shared that your children, your grandchildren, whoever they are, they should not be your pals. They should be friends, but always we know where to draw the line. But despite knowing how much I love him, he loves me, our friendship, he said, on this one, I'm not with you. Normally, you would think a child that age would pretend to be with you just so that it doesn't lose the spot in your heart or that it doesn't offend you. But my grandson just said, no, on this one, I'm sorry, Grandma, this is how I feel. If what Uncle has said is true, if animals have to die, I cannot support such. Let them find another way of making the same coats without hurting animals. I was like, okay, I hear you, painful, but I was able to understand. But that takes a lot of courage. And that is what I'm trying to encourage all of us to do. What do we do? What will we give to just be authentic? To not care where someone is going to hate us, or they're going to love us, or they're going to badmouth us, but say the right thing, say the true thing, and stand your ground. That is something that we see very little of, and that we need to see more of. You need to have your own stand. You need to know what you believe in, and do not change. There's a saying in Bemba that says, don't be that like that. Basically just saying, where the wind blows, that's where I too blow. So showing that you don't have your own stand. It's important to have your own stand. It's important that you know who you are, that you're authentic. And when you do that, believe me or not, you might think people will hate you. They will love you. They will respect you. It's better to be respected, in fact, than to be loved. So let people respect you because they know they can trust your judgment. They can trust what you say, and you are not going to be saying something to please anybody. I learned a big lesson from my grandson. I was impressed. I was happy that he stood his ground. Of course, I wished he would stand with Grandma, but I was happy that he's someone who is growing into a gentleman that knows that if you feel this way about something, you don't change for the sake of anyone. If they love you genuinely, they love you enough, no matter what your stand is, they will still love you. And when you are authentic, people respect you. I thought I should share this video so that those of us who are always changing our stand may know that it doesn't earn you anything. If anything, people look down on you, people disrespect you. I hope this helps you to make sure that you don't change your stand next time. So Comfort Time continues. Remember to give us a thumbs up, share our videos, and let us know if you have ever been faced with a situation like that. Stay blessed. Remember to subscribe. It costs you nothing. Just look for where it says subscribe, click on it. You've subscribed. It has not cost you anything. Stay blessed. See you in the next video.